Seasons come, seasons go. I just hate it just like me. I am absolutely obsessed with Ella Langley's new album. I was going to call it a CD because I'm 12. But good morning, everybody. Happy Premier Women's Rodeo Wednesday on April the 15th. It's tax day. Did you get your taxes done?
Hey, let's go. Yeah, of course.
Oh, and just like that, we're back to loving life again, right?
Oh, I love it. April.
There it is. So good. Oh, I just love her to pieces. Hello, everybody. Tell us where you're watching us from. It is officially, I don't know, what are we, like 25 days away from the start of the event, I think. And everything is crashing, like just not crashing. Everything is great, actually, but everything just is ending and we're doing all of the things and there's so much going on, but we have lots to talk about. But first, it's spring. I'm wearing my Oakland Ray hat, and everything is starting to bloom, and the green grass is coming. We got a little bit of rain last week. How is everything in Wyoming, Sami Jo?
Everything is grand. It is definitely, we're putting fertilizer on our fields a month early, which is a little unsettling, but we're hoping for the best this year. Yes. And waiting for calves to come. We put our bulls out a little later, just in hopes that if there were a bunch of snowstorms, we wouldn't calve as early, and joke's on us. But no, things are great. It's beautiful. And
it is pretty. It's been really nice. I have this, long story short, I have this Coriani cow that I got through, I wasn't supposed to get these Coriani cows. They ended up, a friend of mine needed me to pick up these heifers that a guy he was supposed to buy that he didn't want. And this was legitimately in 2009 when I started coaching. And I have one heifer left. So she's at least 17 years old, and she had her calf this week. And it's crazy to think that, you know, a good old Coriani cow that old could have her calf. So it always kind of warms, you know, Wade's always like, it's time. I'm like, no, she's not done. And she had her calf. And so it's like officially spring, you know, we have her calf. Yes. We have so much great things to talk about today. We have the end of the segment happened. We have to talk all the new things for W27 that are happening. We have to talk about the back number welcome ceremony, thanks to Kimes and the gala. We have, I mean, there's just so much to talk about.
So much to talk about. I think we start there. I'm going to bring up the schedule. This is now on our website, premierwomensrodeo.com. Right on the homepage, there's a cute little button now that says athlete info. And if you click that, it'll take you to see all the things you need. But yeah, Lindsay, if we want to break this schedule down, let's talk about the championship first. And if you're watching live, say hi in the comments. We want to know who's joining us this morning.
and throw your questions in there. If you have questions, hit the questions up, because this is your time. I know my phone's been blowing up with ladies having questions. Sami Jo's phone's been blowing up with ladies having questions. This is your chance to ask away so that we can answer any of those questions that you do have. But back number, Kimes Ranch Welcome Gala and PWRC back number ceremony presented by Cowgirl Magazine at Billy Bob's. Thank you to our fairy godmother, Pam Minnick, for getting us tied together with Billy Bob's. We're so thankful to be at Billy Bob's. We loved Tannehill's. Tannehill's was amazing, but we outgrew the space and there was just not enough room for all of us. And so we are so excited to be at the largest honky tonk in the world.
Yeah, Billy Bob's got nominated for an ACM.
Oh, ACM, yeah. I was close.
So congrats to them.
I'm dyslexic.
But no, and we're open to the public this year. So fans that are coming in to watch the PWR Championship, you are welcome to come see all the ladies walk across the stage. We'll also share in a minute the invite itself, but it's Western formal. If you don't want to get dressed up, that's fine. Come in your dress code, come in whatever you're comfortable in. Everyone is, we are asking if you are in the barrels, breakaway, heading, heeling. It's mandatory mandatory this year. Please come and bring your family, bring your friends. It's free, open to the public. We'll have a red carpet, photos, our sponsors. We're going to have a gifting lounge for our athletes. It's going to be a ton of fun. So Monday, May 11th, 6 p.m.
We're not on Mother's Day this year, so everybody can be celebrated on the 10th for Mother's Day and come to the back number welcome gala. So doors are at 6. The event will start at 7:30, just so everybody knows. So come. The gifting lounge will open at 6. Get your goods before they're all too gone. But we'll start competition on Tuesday, May the 12th. We'll have open arena at 6:30 a.m. and then we will go with the 8 a.m. round 1 slack. Sami Jo, explain to everybody who is in that time frame and then who's in the 6 p.m. time frame for Tuesday the 12th.
Yeah, so it's easier to start at the 6 p.m. If you are in the top 15 of the Pro, Challenger, and Limited Barrels and Breakaway leaderboard, Limited girls, even though your competition is separate, you are still running at the same time as our Pro and Challengers this year. So if you're in the top 15 of the Pro, Challenger, and Limited leaderboards, you are guaranteed to run that night at 6 p.m. We are not doing trades. That is the spot you take. So if you enter the event April 21st through the 23rd, top 15 girls, you're in the performance at 6 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday. Everyone outside of that, so number 5 or 16 through 20 on the leaderboard, qualifier series girls that are outside of the top 15, fast track girls, last chance qualifiers, all the other spots that we're giving to the championship starts at 8 a.m. So it will go barrels first, limited, challenger, pro, and then we'll do the team roping, challenger, pro, and then the breakaway, limited, challenger, pro. So we will have check-in times all day pretty much on Tuesday. We'll get those scheduled. Actually, it's on the athlete info if you want to check those out. But barrel racers, you'll need to be checked in that morning. Check-in includes getting your mandatory headshot taken. We want your photo. It will require you filling out a W-9 and our accounting team getting your information. We will probably have a few other checklist things that we need to provide you. So everyone on Tuesday, the first day of competition, we are asking that you do come early. You need to get checked in. You need to get your headshot. And then the other thing about open arena, Lins, that we do a little different is the first 30 minutes is just an open ride. Anybody can come in there, get your horse in the arena, sniff all the signs and spooky shadows, all the things. Yeah. The second 30 minutes, it's an hour long, will be for the barrel racers. So we'll set the pattern up. We will try to have some organization on letting everybody try to get through the pattern as quick as we can. There's a lot of barrel racers that morning, so we're going to need to be efficient on it. So that is how open arena will work every single time we do it. First 30 minutes is open ride. Second 30 minutes, we set up the pattern, and y'all can try to trot, walk, lope, whatever you want to do through the pattern. So.
Danielle asked, can we say again the order of events? It'll be barrel racing, team roping, breakaway roping on Tuesday the 12th and the 13th.
And it always goes limited, challenger, pro, or in the team roping, challenger, pro.
Yep. So Tuesday, Wednesday are kind of rinse and repeat days. They are round 1 and round 2. So everything is exactly the same on Tuesday, Wednesday. Your position in the performances and your positions in the slack, those are exactly the same. When we get into Thursday, the 14th is when we get into a little bit more detail. So on Thursday, the 14th is when we go into the semifinal round. And so the semifinal round is where we'll crown our world champions. We have some placement in the leaderboard that comes into the semifinals, and we take them out of the aggregate and the fast times from round 1 and 2. Go to the website, click on the contestant page, and you can read the ground rules and you can see the progression of how everybody gets into the semifinal round. But 12:30 p.m. is the open arena. Same thing. First 30 minutes is open ride. Last 30 minutes is when the barrel racers can work the pattern. Ropers, we try to stay out of the way. It's just because those girls will kind of come in and really maybe go full speed on the ground. 2 p.m. is the semifinal slack. Break that down for why we have, well, I'll break down why we have a slack. So we have a ticketed performance on May the 14th and May the 15th. With that being said, we are very tied to the production schedule for television. With all of the numbers that we had coming into the semifinals, we had to push some into a slack competition. The number, like if you win in slack, we want to celebrate you that night. Promise. It's because of the time constraints that we have within a ticketed performance. That's why we have that slack. So who is in the slack on Thursday, May the 14th?
Yeah, so Goat Tires, this is the first time we see you, as well as Rough Stock that night. So we will have a check-in on Thursday for our goat tying and rough stock athletes, again, to get your headshots, do your paperwork, do all the things. So Goat Tires round 1 and 2 will be during this 2 p.m. slack. We will also have, like Linsay said, we can't fit all 32 pros and challengers into the performance that night. So there will be 8, the bottom 8 girls from the aggregate that will compete in the slack at 2:00 in the barrels, breakaway, and team roping for the semifinals. So you will know during the competition whether you get drawn up in the slack at 2:00 or you make the performance that night. But those are all the pro challenger times for the semifinals. And then the limited breakaway, your format is 2 full rounds and then a top 15 short go. The short go will be during this Thursday slack at 2 p.m. and that will determine from the 3-head aggregate the fastest time that goes on to the championship round on Friday. So Goat Tires, our pro and challenger bottom 8 from the aggregate, and our top 15 limited breakaway short go will run in this 2:00 slack. We'll have a break. We will do another open arena at 4:30 for the girls competing that evening. And then, like Linsay said, semifinals performance 7:30. If you make it to that 7:30 p.m. performance, you will have your back number to get access. You will have a wristband for a helper, and you will get 1 ticket for a family member, whoever, to sit in a seat. The wristband is not a seat. And so if you have family, friends, people coming with you that want to watch you, or you just, whether you make it or not, you want to make sure you have a seat, tickets are available now, cowtowncoliseum.com. Go get your tickets. And then the buckle ceremonies. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we are going to do the buckle ceremonies in the arena. I think we'll go up on the VIP deck, have a backdrop, have a little hangout, but 30 minutes after the performance each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will have a buckle ceremony. But the difference on Thursday is we will go over to the 81 Club, which is a part of Billy Bob's, and we will have a full World Championship celebration, buckles for aggregate, semifinals, world champs. All of that will happen at Billy Bob's on Thursday night. I also want to give a shout out to Western Life and Style. 30
Yes.
over 30 is joining us on Thursday, and they will be awarding the 30 over 30 class on Thursday at Billy Bob's at the 81 Club. Linsay,
Pre-show.
congratulations. She's a part of that class. Pre-show. They'll all join us for the performance as well. So Western Life and Style, shout out to you. Thanks for being a part of Thursday. And then, Linsay, it's Event Champion Day, Friday the 15th.
$60,000 will be awarded to our champions. We have a get ready party that will also be at the 81 Club at Billy Bob's, and that's where we glam everybody out if they so choose, with hair and makeup. And then we'll have the open arena again at 4:30, and then the championship round that night. Rough stock ladies are invited to the get ready party. Goat tying top 10 for the championship round are invited to the get ready party, and then all of the athletes in barrels and team roping, heading, heeling, and breakaway. So super fun. We've done it the last couple of years, and we're very excited to have it back. This everyone is going to get a little teaser right now, but we have a pretty big announcement coming out tomorrow morning, and I think everyone's going to be pretty excited about it. But we're very excited to have some great partners that are coming in to support Premier Women's Rodeo, and you'll know more tomorrow. But
so mean.
So mean. I'm so sorry. The championship round, 60,000, all the trinkets, all the goods, all the confetti, all the smoke and the lights. And so we're very excited. So if you, get your tickets now is all I'm going to say, because we do, tickets are selling as we speak, and we're very excited and have kind of the anticipation that we will be a sellout show on that Friday night. So make sure that if you want your tickets, go ahead and go on cowtowncoliseum.com and get your tickets. Once we know who our winners are, we will bring them to the PBR World Finals stage presentation on Saturday night. That's also a great time. And the PBR World Finals is at Dickey's while we are at Cowtown. So we're very excited about that. There's just so many moving parts and so much fun stuff. We have great partners like Kimes Ranch that will, they have their store just across the street. You can go get your new Olivia's. I'm going to tell you, those are my favorite Kimes jeans because they fit my big thighs is how I'm going to say it. Okay, ladies, that's how I'm going to say it. They are awesome. But this is the welcome back number invitation.
Yes, Kimes Ranch, shout out. Thank you for bringing us the welcome gala. Cowgirl Magazine is bringing you the back number ceremony. Again, all of this is up on the athlete info page, so check that out.
Brianna did have a question about if you're not in the top 20, do you still need to go to the back number? Yes. Every contestant who is competing at Premier Women's Rodeo Championship will be celebrated across the stage at the back number ceremony. So even if you're a qualifier series, fast track, last chance, everyone will have their name called across the stage.
Yep. And that includes last chance. Yeah, everybody. So
yep.
Check that out. We skipped through our agenda a little bit, Linz, but
sorry.
We've got some really important dates and deadlines right now. And so for all of our athletes that are just sitting on the edge of your seat to see if you're in the top 20 of the leaderboard, if you got this text or email yesterday, please read it in its entirety. But we're just going to summarize really quick. So as you all know, the leaderboard for W26 closed on Sunday, April 12th. And we are currently in the dispute window, Lindsay. So at 2 p.m. Central Time today, the leaderboard disputes will close. So whether your points are right or not, it is done. The leaderboard will be 100% final. Final update will be at 1 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Quite honestly, there really shouldn't be many changes between 2 p.m. Central Time today and 1 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, unless there were some corrections that the VRQ team has made. So keep an eye on the leaderboard. They are keeping it up to date, but it will be 100% final as of 1 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
I just want to throw in right there too that we are a client of the VRQ. We do not control the VRQ. So all of those disputes, if you email support at Premier Women's Rodeo, you need to email support at the vrqapp.com because they are the ones handling all of the points and disputes. And if you have questions, they're the team that needs to be handling that for you guys. Though we are guidance,
those emails,
and we're helping, with everything. But the VRQ is its own entity. It is not owned or affiliated, I guess. I mean, we are affiliated, but we don't own the VRQ. The VRQ is its own business. We are a customer, a client of the VRQ. So all of those disputes and questions about points all need to go to the VRQ team. Though they're amazing to work with, just so everybody knows, Whitney and Delaney are just amazing and work really hard for everybody, and diligent about making sure it's correct. So I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody because there's a lot of times that I'll get questions about VRQ stuff, and that's not necessarily my wheelhouse. I'm not going to lie to anybody. That's closer to Sami Jo's wheelhouse, but we need to just make sure that we're communicating with the VRQ team on some of those things.
They need all of that information sent to them. So again, support at vrqapp.com. If you send an email to support at premierwomensrodeo.com and you have not heard from us yet, go ahead, do us a favor, forward that on to support at vrqapp.com right now, because those disputes close at 2 p.m. Central Time. Linz, before we dive into the team roping pairings, just answer a couple questions that came in. So Cindy, when do we need to check in again? Go to premierwomensrodeo.com, and on the homepage is the athlete info. If you click into that, here is where like the current list of who's qualified as a QS or a fast track athlete is posted. Rules are posted. The advancement charts are up here. There's that schedule, the entry fee model, the Kimes invite, and then down here is all of the information, when open arena is. So check-in and headshots are posted here. So if you're in section 1, barrels, breakaway ropers, that's 8 a.m. to 10:30. Section 2 is 12 to 1:30. And then section 3 for the evening performances are 4 to 6. So that is where the check-in details are posted. And then Mandy, yes, kids are welcome to the back number ceremony and gala at Billy Bob's. Thank you for asking that. Okay, so once the leaderboard is final tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we will get prepared to send everybody an email and text confirming whether you are in the top 20 and get a complimentary entry fee, and explaining. So if you are qualified and competing at the PWR Championship, everyone's required to enter in Next Gen from Tuesday, April 21st, starting at noon Central. Again, noon Central. The entries will not open until noon on Tuesday, the 21st. They will close.
Is it noon?
Noon.
Is it noon? Noon.
Thursday, the 23rd at noon Central. We're not going to forget noon. Those entries close. So everyone competing, whether you have a complimentary entry, even if you're an alternate, we ask alternates to enter. If you want a chance to come to the championship, you must enter in Next Gen from Tuesday at noon to Thursday at noon next week in Next Gen. And we will send you text messages. We will send you emails. We will over communicate on those instructions. But we have to do team roping pairings first, because your combined point total determines your rank. So those top 20 girls, we have to get the pairings final first. So pairings are Friday at 10 a.m. Central through Monday at noon. We create a beautiful live document. It's a live spreadsheet, and there'll be one spreadsheet for challenger headers and healers, and one spreadsheet for pro headers and healers. We will send that directly to you. It will have phone numbers on it, just like a trade sheet where you can call, get paired up. You will have to send, whether header healer, one person has to send an email confirming your pairing, and you'll see it live. That's what's cool about doing the live sheet, is we'll start pairing everybody up, updating the point totals for those combined point totals, and you can see where you rank in the team roping pairings. Now, here's where, go ahead, Lindsay. Yep.
If I am in the top 20 in the leaderboard and I want to head for somebody who was a qualifier series champion, can I do that?
Yes. So anybody that's on the original spreadsheet, whether you're top 20 leaderboard, QS, fast track, doesn't matter. Everyone on the original spreadsheet has the opportunity to pick whoever you want as your partner. Now, keep in mind, it might affect your rank, but it doesn't matter. You can pick who you want. Now, after that point, so if there's a header coming that for sure is coming, but has no idea who to rope with, what we'll do at the very end, so starting on Monday, if there's anybody remaining that hasn't picked a partner yet, we will confirm that that person is planning to come compete, and then we will pair you based on leaderboard rank. So at the very end, if there's anybody else, we will pair you up. And then if anybody turns out of the top 20, we will bring headers and heelers up, but here's the trick. We do not allow you to pick alternates as a partner. If we have to bring any alternates in, they are paired based on leaderboard rank. So if you're fingers crossed, hoping your friend gets in because somebody in the top 20 doesn't enter, we will pair them based on open headers and heelers. So if you want the opportunity to pick your partner and you're in the top 20, a qualifier series, a fast track, the only time you get to pick your partner is from that original list that we will send out on Friday.
And if I qualify in the team roping through the last chance, I am paired up by the placings of how I got into the last chance?
Yeah, so at the last chance, anybody that pays that $250 last chance fee will be eligible to advance in, and we pair you based on your aggregate placing at the last chance. So yes, you will know once the last chance ends on May 10th who your partner is based on your aggregate placing. So one guaranteed shot is enter up with, who you want to rope with, essentially. So, and Brianna, and anybody else listening, if you are not receiving our text messages, please send us an email, support@premierwomensrodeo.com. We'll verify that we have your correct phone number in the system. And then we are emailing as well. So let us know if you're not getting the emails too, and we'll double check that as well. So then on Friday, the 24th, official callbacks will go out. That will just be a confirmed list of everybody that's entered. It's not in competition order. It's just confirmation of who's entered and whether you're in the afternoon or morning slack or the performances that evening. Competition order goes out 24 hours before the event. So barrel racing draw, again, the stock draw goes out 2 hours before the performance. So just know Friday the 24th, we'll send callbacks, but that's just a confirmation of who is entered.
Woo!
Woo! So double check, be sure to read through this. Again, if you're not getting the updates, let us know, and we will be sure to verify your information, and we can directly send you the information we've sent out as well.
So now that we are entered, and now that we know who we're going to team rope with, so how do we enter? We go to where, and let's talk a little bit about the entry fees and who has to pay entry fees and who doesn't, and how we actually get entered. So we're getting all the text messages. I'm on Team Roper. I got my pairing. Now it's time to enter the PWRC.
Yeah. So what's interesting about our entry, they're all in Next Gen. Again, we will send you the direct link to Next Gen. You'll go to Premier Women's Rodeo, which will be an event created. But here's the thing. Those entries will not show up until noon next Tuesday, the 21st. And you were preloaded into the class that you fit in. So if let's just share this beautiful graphic again. If you are in the top 20 of the Pro, Challenger, and Limited as of the final leaderboard update on this Thursday, tomorrow at 1:00, you get a complimentary entry fee into the finals. I've had some texts about the Limited girls. Yes, Limited, even that $500 entry fee is complimentary. If you're outside of the top 20, but you're a Pro or Challenger, you will pay a $250 entry fee. If you're outside of the top 20 in the Limited, you will pay a $500 entry fee. And then if you are a last chance qualifier going to the last chance, if you're Pro or Challenger, that's a $250 last chance fee, and that covers you through the finals. Limited athletes, because it's a 70% payback, you will pay that $250 last chance fee to get your spot, but then you are required to pay the $500 entry fee to compete at the championship to help that prize line.
Yes, because it is an add-on to the event, and the added money initially is just with the pros and challengers, since we didn't have the Limited up until last year. So we do have those 10,000 added in the breakaway and the barrel race for the Limited competition. So just think about it as it's its own competition That's why the $500 entry fee. So we want to make it as good as it can possibly be for you ladies.
Yes. So I want to review, Linsay, here what's remaining in terms of getting spots.
Okay.
We do have one final fast track qualifier. And because this segment has ended, ladies, it's no longer a nomination to get your fast track spot. We actually, in Next Gen, have the USTRC finals open as a fast track for this year's event, 2026. If you want to get a spot in the breakaway or team roping at the USTRC finals, you do need to enter the $150 last chance fee. So this kind of, look at Whitney, explains it a little bit more, where if you have an active W26 ID card, you can go into Next Gen, buy that $150 last chance fee, and you're eligible for this year. So in the Cinch Ladies Open team roping with the 9.5 incentive, we'll take one pro header, one pro healer out of that, as out of the open, and then one challenger header, one challenger healer. But you have to have that $150 fast track fee paid before the roping starts in Next Gen. And then the open breakaway is also a fast track. Again, there's a $150 fast track fee, one pro, one challenger, and up to 10 limited will be taken from that. If you're already nominating towards 2027 and want to get points for 2027, the ID cards, the 2027 ID cards are for sale now in Next Gen, and you can nominate the US finals as well to get points for next year. But the fast track is a separate fee sold in Next Gen if you want to try to get a spot from this event in Fort Worth, April 22nd. Shout out to USTRC for approaching us with this idea, and we're excited to offer that fast track.
Yes. We have a couple of questions, maybe before we move on. Dee has a question. She says, I'm not 100% following. I didn't think you could qualify if you were out of the top 20. If you're not in the top, there is ways to qualify, right? We have the top 20 in the leaderboard. We have all of the qualifier series events that we've had for the whole year of 2026. We have the last chance, and we have the fast tracks. The qualifier series contestants, the fast track contestants, the last chance contestants have to pay the entry fee. The top 20 in the leaderboard is the complimentary entry fee. So there is ways to qualify if you're not out of the top 20, but you had to qualify through those other three options.
Yeah, we'll post all of these graphics, but the advancement charts, Dee, this is a great breakdown to Lindsay's point of, so this is we're looking at the team roping chart right here. And this box breaks down who got a qualification in. So to Lindsay's point, the 1 through 20 from the leaderboard, no entry fee. Qualifier series winners, pros, that's up to 18. But so we get a lot of questions. If a qualifier series winner is in the top 20, which spot takes priority? Leaderboard spot always takes priority. So they take that spot. We do not drop down to fill qualifier series spots. But if there are girls, which there will be, that did not land in the top 20 that won a qualifier series spot, those are the girls that are paying a $250 entry fee to come compete. Same as the fast track qualifiers. And then like we just talked about, the last chance. So check out these advancement charts, and they break down kind of where everybody comes from and how you advance on to the championship round.
Yes.
I think we skip, let's see. Will there be phone numbers on that list so we can contact girls to find runs if they don't have a partner? So Danielle, yes, it will look like a trades list. We will have phone numbers on there that you can get a hold of everybody. But be respectful. Don't be texting and calling people at midnight.
Yeah. No calls past 8 p.m.
Yeah. Brianna, where do we find hookup spots? So again, on that athlete info page on the website, openstalls.com is selling stalls, but Will Rogers is going to take all RV spots as walk-ups this year. They did not want to do pre-reservations for hookups, but no stress. They have plenty. Just logistically, it's easier for them to take payment on site and assign your RV spot on site. So Will Rogers will take care of you. They will have people on site to take care of you, but RV and hookup spots are all going to be handled on site this year.
Perfect.
Megan, so let's talk about the last chance here. Megan is asking, is it a first chance as well? In previous years, we were able to nominate. So yes, we are going to award a 2027 qualifier series spot at all of our last chance events this year. So again, we have the barrel race, the last chance barrel race, thanks to NBHA for putting this race on. It will be May 6th in Decatur, Texas at the NRS Arena. So step one, enter the event. Entries are open in Saddlebook. We're going to break it down. Step one.
This is for the barrels. Only the barrel racing is Saddlebook.
No memberships required. Anybody can enter. We want this to be a great barrel race. So tell your friend. Your
husband can enter, or
anybody can enter the barrel race.
Men can enter this race because it's an NBHA race. They can enter the race, but the last chance is only for women, and it is its own add-on.
So step two, if you want to be a part of the last chance, that of course is for anybody not qualified. There is a $250 last chance fee for the barrel race. It's sold in Saddlebook. For the team roping and breakaway, it's sold in Next Gen, and those are live. So if you want to get a spot to this year's championship, it's a $250 last chance fee. You can purchase it as many times as you're entered. If you purchase it one time, it covers you for your highest placing in each class. Now, for the breakaway and team roping, we have a limited class, a challenger class, and an open class in the breakaway. And in the team roping, we have an open team roping and a challenger. Those fees for the last chance are per class. So if you are roping in the challenger and you buy that $250 last chance fee and you don't end up advancing, the open will happen after, and you can purchase a $250 last chance fee for the open and try to get a spot out of it. So if you want a spot to this year's championship, it is now a $250 last chance fee sold in either Saddlebook or Next Gen.
And that fee carries for your $250 fee to the PWR Championship.
Now, an ID card is required. So if you had a 2026 ID card, we will honor those. If you are brand new to us and you've never bought an ID card with PWR, the 2027 cards are being sold in Next Gen now. You will be required to purchase that, or we'll honor those W26 cards. Fantastic. And then for 2027, Megan, back to your question, if you want a spot to next year's event, so the first chance is what we called it, and you want to earn points for the 2027 leaderboard, then you can nominate those so you again have to have a W27 ID card, and then you have to nominate in the VRQ towards W27 to be eligible for the first chance.
Woo. Woo. Okay. I know it seems complicated, but it's really not. Just take a deep breath. If you are qualified in the top 20 leaderboard, make sure you get entered when they open at noon. Okay. If you're trying to get in through the last chance, go to, and the barrel race, go to Saddlebook, enter the last chance qualifier, and that will cover your fees when you get there. In the team roping, breakaway, enter the last chance qualifier. In Next Gen, that'll get you there. If you are qualified and you're coming from wherever you're coming from, you can enter the last chance qualifier. Just do not enter the side pot or the entry fees for the last chance. You can enter the roping. So I think Kelly asked, so is the last chance just the entries, those just entries that aren't already at the finals? So you only have to compete against those vying for the spot. You might be competing in the entire competition because we are working with NBHA and Web Productions for these last chances. They might be competing there, but they won't be in that they won't be in the competition to try to get a spot to women's. So you will
Correct.
only
For
be
the last chance spots, you're only competing against those that entered the last chance. And we will get that list posted. We will definitely over communicate on who's in the last chance, who's in the first chance, who's just entered in the roping. So yeah, technically there's 3 categories. With the roping itself, you enter the roping, that's step 1. Step 2 is you enter the last chance if you want that spot, and that's a $250 last chance fee. And step 3 is if you want to nominate towards 2027, make sure you get that nomination in to be eligible for the first chance or the qualifier series spot, as well as getting points. And then open breakaway ropers, do not forget, it is a run for $1 million qualifier in the open as well. So we are going to have the side pot, $150 side pot for run for $1 million available, and that will be available in next gen very soon. We'll get that announced. So if you want to get into the run for $1 million, which we'll have to hit on that next week, Linsay.
Yeah, no. We have a hard stop at 9 a.m.
Yes. So really, we're just going to pepper through these questions.
Yep.
Megan, again, if you win a last chance spot and you're a pro or challenger, there's no more fees moving forward. That $250 covers you for the championship event. If you're a limited athlete, because it's 10,000 added, 70% payback, you limited athlete
competition.
Yeah, different competition. There is a $500 entry fee for the 2026 championship if you make it on. Again, last chance, we take 5 guaranteed spots and then up to 8, depending on how many last chance fees are paid in each class. Alex, if you make it in the limited, you can only be a limited, correct? You can't come to the finals, both limited and challenger. 100%, that's correct. 1 qualification per athlete, per discipline and classification. So you can have 1 spot in the breakaway, 1 spot in the barrels, 1 spot in the heading, 1 in the heeling, 1 in the goat tying, and that covers you.
Yes. Okay.
If some people, Kirsten, in the top 20 don't enter, will you drop down on the leaderboard to fill the top 20 spots? Yes. So the only spots we fill is the original top 20 of the leaderboard. If anybody in that does not enter, we drop to fill alternates. If you're on the bubble, we do ask all alternates will enter in next gen, and then we will contact you directly. I promise our team over communicates. It's probably to our fault, but you will hear from us if you get a spot to the championship.
You can continue to ask questions in the live and we will respond to them also. So Alex's other question was also in the breakaway. Can you enter the last chance and the first chance at the same time?
Yeah. So again, it's all separate fees. So enter the roping, step 1, enter the last chance, step 2, and then nominate to be in the first chance. You can absolutely do all 3 if you're eligible. Well, you have to do number 1, which is enter the event. And then the last chance and the first chance are optional, but you can absolutely do all of those.
So think of the first chance the same as you do any of the qualifier series that we have throughout the country. You have to nominate that roping to get your chance to get a qualifier series spot for 27. So you enter the last chance, you enter the roping, enter the last chance, and you nominate. That's how you could potentially get your qualifier series for 27.
Now, I know we have a hard stop, Linsay, but this is super important. We did announce a brand new 2027 VRQ point scale, and I'm sure a lot of you were on today to hear those details. What's really great is on our website under how it works, how points work, we have updated all of these details on the dates are now through April 11th of next year. All of the details on who's eligible to nominate is on here. Our fees have changed. So to be a Division 4, it's a single round event, $50. We no longer have a $25 nomination. So if it's just a single round jackpot, open team roping, whatever, or no, that's a bad example. I'm sorry. A barrel race, 1 round, it's $50 to nominate that. If it's a multi-round event, so the team ropings are a great example. That's a Division 3 $100. all of our QSs this year are set at D2s. Every event, BFI, doesn't matter. We are setting all QSs at a D2, $150. And then the big events, Rodeo Houston, anything over $75,000 is now a D1, $200. This is where it gets to be a lot more valuable for all of your nominations. You are now competing against those that nominate. So instead of earning points based on where you placed, you now get points based on how you did out of all the girls that nominated. So I nominate the US Open Breakaway. I placed 5th, but I was the highest nominated athlete. I get first place points now, which is great. The scale that we posted, the point chart, this is based on how many athletes have nominated. So if over 25 girls nominate a class, this bottom number is what we award for first place. So it's look at it backwards, but it unlocks that point depending on how many nominations are in the system. I know you've asked, how can we see how many girls nominate each class? We are getting with the VRQ on that. But yeah, we've added a lot more value, no more double points. This is the chart based on the event that you're nominating, and we will work on getting the numbers live of how many have nominated so you can see that.
I think that it's important to just call out, we will kind of break down this new point system next week because we are on a time crunch for today, but just go on and kind of just look at it. So just think about it as you are nominating to get points, no matter what, you're going to get points. If you are you're only competing for points against the girls that you are competing against, not necessarily the entire team. So if I ended up at an amateur rodeo, 1 out of the money, but 3 of us nominated, I get 3rd place points because maybe 1 and 2 were the girls that placed, instead of getting no points because I didn't win any money. So think about it in that sense. It's just a way to unlock more points for everybody, and it gives more value to the points at some of those smaller events that you can go to. So with that, we have a tip of the week. And the tip of the week for getting ready to go to Premier Women's Rodeo Championship is go check out our amazing partners with Total Feeds. I know that they are in a lot of different feed stores across the country. They're a great feed that really just helps your horse out. Get yourself some Equinety, put it on there, start your horses now. You'll be amazed at how they change. So Total Feeds and Equinety is our tip of the week. So go check them out and give them a chance. And our friends at Total Feeds will be there with some kind of cool stuff and Equinety for the ladies at the barns at Will Rogers during our finals at Cowtown Coliseum. So we hope everybody has an amazing Premier Women's Rodeo Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. And I promise we will be back next week. Just go into that athlete section of premierwomensrodeo.com and just kind of dig around and play. And just all of that information is there. All of the last chance, first chance, all of the different point scales, all of the entry fee scales, everything is on there. There's a lot of information, and we're happy to answer any questions. Make sure that if you have any disputes with the VRQ, reach out to the VRQ team at support@vrqapp.com. Have a beautiful Premier Women's Rodeo Wednesday. We are very blessed by you, and have a happy spring day.